upon a time, in a far-off kingdom, there lived a young maiden.
Careful the things you say.
A sad young lad.
Children will listen.
And a childless baker.
Careful the things you do.
With his wife.
Children will see and learn.
YMTC, Youth Musical Theater Company, is a group that was really founded because there weren't enough musical theater opportunities for young people in this area. And the original founder, Bruce Rusinis, wanted, frankly, something for his daughters and their friends to be involved in. And the company really evolved.
It has really changed over the years. It began to give students an opportunity to do theater, musical theater specifically, outside of the context of school. There wasn't a lot of opportunity in the Berkeley Unified School District to do musicals. Berkeley High had one musical a year. It was extremely competitive. That's still true.
So I was just really into musical theater. I wanted to start doing it outside of school. And I think I just heard about this company through a friend, and I thought it was a really cool opportunity.
There is a tremendous interest in this area. The kids love it, and they want more, and the schools are simply not equipped to provide that, funding-wise and facilities-wise. So we fill a niche that is, I think, extremely important.
I come from the professional world of theater, acting, and I'm a trained opera singer as well, and I brought some of that to the work and realized that what was really exciting to do with these students wasn't just to give them an opportunity to perform, but was to train them.
A skill I developed in this particular show that Jennifer helped me with a lot was really stretching myself both physically and with the colors of my voice and my acting, my speaking, kind of not being an 18-year-old young woman, but this other creature when the witch is in her ugly stage. And it was quite a challenge, and a challenge I hadn't fully had to do before with other roles.
It really is a program where young people, grades 7 and up, are really given an opportunity to stretch their theater, singing, dancing, performance skills and raise them to a level that they probably would never be able to do just in a school setting or even with, some other youth groups. We do our best not to make excuses for the fact that they're kids.
The harder to get, the better to have. Agreed? Agreed.
We're treated as actors, as performers, not as, kids to be looked down upon or talked down on. And we are treated as very responsible people who are talented and have skills and have things to share and have a special place in theater. And I think because we're given that responsibility and that honor, we give that much back because we have a lot to prove.
We believe that kids are perfectly capable of doing much higher quality stuff than they dream that they can do, than their parents think that they can do.
They continually meet the challenges that we put before them beyond anybody's expectations.
I actually sang a song from the show for my audition. I sang Giants in the Sky.
There are giants in the sky. There are big, tall, terrible giants in the sky.
It's a wonderful company to work with. It's got a very, very professional environment, but at the same time, everyone is so dedicated to you as a performer.
You've left me, you want the fun is done. You steal what you can and run, and you scramble down, you look below. The world begins to roll.
Well, I've been doing theater since I was 7, and I honestly just can't imagine it as not being a part of my life.
People say youth theater and they think, oh, it's just a bunch of kids dancing around, but I feel like with YMTC, it's just such a professional quality.
Well, especially for something like this, where it's just in these 4 weeks, it's a completely different experience than doing something over the course of a few months. And it's much more intense for all parties involved. It's more intense for the actors, having so little time to get everything together. It's intense for all the production crew, because if we have a problem, we don't have a month to fix it, we have like a week.
When we have set the bar high, we have been amazed at how the kids step up to it. And what they get out of it, what they love about it, is not only that it challenges them, and they get to be part of something that's so exciting and so thrilling and so beyond what most people think young people are capable of, but they learn a tremendous amount about themselves.
Tender and fresh, not one long hello.
I always loved to sing and dance, and I've been a dancer since I was 6, but I didn't know that I wanted to be a performer until I did my first show of YMTC.
I'm learning and growing as an actress, and there's nothing better that I could do if I want to, become an actress. There's nothing better that I could do with my time than learn, and especially learn from older people who are more experienced than me. That's how they learned, and that's how I'm learning now.
Some of them just feel like they've learned about themselves as people. They've gotten in touch with a part of them that's extremely confident and has a voice and an artistic vision. That doesn't mean they're going to go on and be artists or theater artists, but I think they take that with them.
All right, let's go into the woods.
It's very hard when you don't have everything from the very beginning. We didn't have any of the set, we didn't have the orchestra, and so there's a lot of you can't really know what this is, but it's gonna be there, so just imagine it, pretend this is this way.
Students love Into the Woods. They really relate to it. They're not that far away from, the world of fairy tales, and they love the music, and they love the seriousness of it. And it was a good year to do it, because we're moving to Julia Morgan. It's a summer production, but we're shifting for the first time. We're doing a summer production as a main stage production. That is full orchestra, full costumes, full set.
With Sondheim, the trickiest thing is the counting. He's rhythmically really challenging. And a lot of times the music is shifting between 2 and 3. So the big thing for that is just, teaching the kids how to read that and actually write in the counting above it. So we had lots of rehearsals where we would sing, blah, 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 2, 3, 1, 2, blah, 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 blah. 1, 2, 3.
I spent some time before the rehearsals began learning the music on my own, and also with Jennifer, who, as I said before, is my teacher.
One minute gone, into the woods, into the woods, into the woods, and out of the woods and home before.
Dave, the musical director, on the first week spent time with us going over the music with the piano part. So he was an enormous help to me, and I know everyone else as well.
The principals will know their major songs. The things that people don't know are the chorus bits or the small harmony things. That's the stuff we really need to spend the most time with in rehearsal.
No more giants waging war. Can't we just pursue our lives with our children and our wives till that happier day arrives? How do you ignore?
Because Into the Woods is one of my favorite musicals, I've known the music for years and I've listened to the CD many times, so the music was already sort of a part of me. But because Sondheim is such an amazing composer, his stuff is very intricate and very difficult. So it did take a lot of work on weekends and on evenings.
Did it work when we turned and you reclined?
It was tedious and hard and frustrating at times because we had a very small amount of time to do such a difficult show. And I've never been in a show so difficult. Let me tell you, this music is insane.
He's a very smart prince. He's a prince who
I just had to practice over and over and over again.
He spread things on the stairs. I was caught unaware, and I thought, well, he cares.
That set is all Glenn Epperson's brainchild. He is just the most incredible technical builder I've seen. He's able to move this platform on a pivot point. He decided that the pivot point should be at the far upper corner, and everything rotated around that, which of course gives it much more swing and ability to move into a scene and then out of a scene.
It was very difficult to learn how to be sprightly because we had to learn how to move, and moving the platform is difficult by itself, and moving it being sprightly at the same time is also very difficult. So it was fun but very challenging.
Kathleen Hallam is our costume mistress and has been for the last few years. She's wonderful. She rents many of the costumes from Diablo Light Opera Company. She also borrows or rents from other groups, like Berkeley High has a big costume shop. Carolyn McFarland is our props mistress, and she is such a tremendous find for us. She expects a certain level of authenticity about what she does. She is completely willing to construct something that she can't find. And then, of course, she built the cow, Milky White, who is just incredible.
When the audience responds and claps and laughs and cries, it's great, and it makes us as the actors feel amazing because like we're doing our job. They're having a good time.
Some of the students who work with us absolutely know from the very beginning when they come in that they're going to go on and be professional performing artists. You know, that's they're just, you know, on a track, and they know that. Some of them discover it from working with us.
So you're gonna live vicariously, right?
Since I was really little, I always said that I wanted to be a singer and an actress and a dancer. Yeah, since I can remember pretty much.
This show takes so much energy and focus, and there's a way that it can get dissipated when you're putting your mind on other things. And you get backstage, your mind is on the show and nothing else. Okay? I mean, it's almost like you're actors when you're backstage. You're actors, you're people who have nothing else to think about except the show. Okay? That's your role.
It's been probably the most challenging show I've ever stage managed. The technical aspects are more difficult than a lot of the other shows that I've done, and that's been really great for me because it's really challenged me and taught me a lot. Plus, the bond you make with everyone you're working with tends to be a lot stronger when you're spending like 8 hours a day together instead of a couple hours after school.
Jack, 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 head in a sack. The house is getting colder. This is not a time for dirty.
I would describe my YMTC experience as life-changing. I feel like I've learned a lot about myself, a lot about others.
My entire experience with them has really confirmed to me that theater is worth doing and worth pursuing, and that good theater really does have the power to transform people and to educate an audience and make them think about life.
The most fun environment I've almost ever been in, because I love actors and actresses that are crazy and fun.
Young people who are serious about theater will find us. I'm convinced of that. They will start to hear about us, and they already are starting to hear about us. We have kids this year from, I believe, 11 different schools in the Bay Area in our fall production of Fiddler. People are hearing about us. They want to become part of it.
Sometimes the spell may last, past what you can see.
I often ask myself the question, why does this really matter? You know, what is the work that we're doing here, and what is the big picture? Why does it matter that we train kids in arts, in the theater, in performance skills? And I think the answer is that these young people are really our future and our hope for the future and for a better world. And especially now when the world is in such dire straits, we're in an economic crisis, we're fighting 2 wars, you know, our environment is under greater threat than ever. And the arts have always been the lifeblood of a culture. And it's, I think, a very, very rich soil for kids to cultivate the best possible person that they can become. You know, we've always said at YMTC, we're not just training the next generation of artists and art appreciators. We're training the next generation of engaged citizens and leaders. And they, through this work, become empowered to pay close attention, to collaborate with each other, to really communicate, and to create the world anew. And I think that's what we really want for our world and for our future generations.
Hard to see the light now. Just don't let it go.
YMTC has helped me so much with my goals in just every way possible. I feel like they've been able to just nurture mine and my peers' love and passion for theater, and I think that's a huge step in helping people achieve their goals.